Microsoft Word Lessons 2 and 3. Lesson is going to start you off asking regarding non-printing characters. Those are characters that are shown on your Word document that is not text, that is not going to be shown when you print or when you preview, but they're characters that show you maybe when you selected enter to start a new paragraph, when you hit space to have a space between two text. To show you where that is, you would go to Backstage or your File tab. Remember, this is activating those what's called non-printing characters. You go to Options, then go to Display, and you have your non-printing characters here. You see the three dots here for when you hit a space. The backwards P is for paragraph marks, and etc. You can click individually if you just want to show one of these characters, but if you want to show all non-printing characters, you would just check off where it says show all formatted marks and then select OK, and then they would show on your Word document. As you're typing, if you want to set up text to the left, center, and right, we know in our Home tab, in our ribbon, in the paragraph group, we have that here, left align, center align, and right align. But there's also using your mouse. You can see that without actually going to the ribbon. And if you drag your insertion point towards the middle, all right, you see the icons below have the center. So if I just click there, if I double click, it then becomes centered. If I drag my cursor over to the left, you can see it brings the left align icon. If I double click, it brings my insertion point there. And thus, if I slide my insertion point to the right, it brings up the icons on the right for the right align. If I double click, it will show up here. So just shortcuts, then just going to your home ribbon, it will ask regarding that as well. It will also ask to look at recent documents that you have worked on, obviously, recently. So if I go Backstage in my File tab and I select Recent, all right, these are all my documents that I've been recently working on within the past hours, minutes, days, etc. So specifically on the certification exam, if it asks you to go to find a recent document, Backstage and select Recent. Right, let's go back home. Now I'm going to show you styles. They're in your Home tab in your ribbon. Styles are a collection of formatting settings to characters and paragraphs all at once. So it's a collection of settings that will occur to all characters and all paragraphs all at once, colors, fonts, etc. So in your Home tab, in your ribbon, in your Styles group, they are located here. So if I wanted to include, select my text. If I wanted to include, say, a heading 1, you can see my text color formatting all change all at once. Here's heading 2, here's title, here's subtitle. So different ways you can kind of set it up. I could just have part of my text be, or I should say have a style. So if I want my title to have heading 1, I can have that as well. I can also, I can have in my Home tab Styles group, or if I hit this icon here, and some groups have this icon, it just brings out more options. And this is actually called this icon, when it brings out this window, this is the task pane. So we're in the Styles task pane, and here's ways I can insert those same styles, but just another option here. If on Geometrics it asks you to bring out the task pane for styles. I can also change what's called the styles set, which is a collection of styles that have coordinated colors and fonts. So they are coordinated to kind of look aligned and uniformed. The style set, if I go to once again, I'm in my Home tab, in my Styles group, where it says Change Styles, I can click down, my style set, and I can click which style set I want for my document. Go Formal, I can go Manuscript, and these are just coordinated colors and fonts that go with my document. So you can see the colors are coordinated, and so are the fonts, so it all kind of makes sense and is all nice and uniform. You can also include themes, which are more coordinated colors, fonts, and also effects. If I go to my Page Layout tab, And I'm in my themes group on the left hand side. Here are my themes. And I'm going to have different themes very similar to PowerPoint where we have themes. I can have themes for Word. You can see as I'm dragging along, if I'm in Elemental now, I was changing my theme from my Word document. So another option to change all at once instead of doing it individually, usually in our paragraph group. And then lastly, what's called overtype mode. It's a mode that replaces existing text in a document with new text. So I have my insertion point to the left of what I want to change. I'm right now in my third paragraph, first line. And if I go to Backstage, Options, and I'm going to go to Advanced instead of Display. And you want to have checked off use the insert key to control overtype mode. And I want to have the overtype mode on. When I hit OK, little error there. When I hit OK, all right, I can actually right click on my status bar and so I can see when I have my overtype mode on. And I'll put that there. So I have that on. I went Backstage just to show you again. Went to Advanced, all right, have use the insert key to control overtype mode. I would have that checked off. And now you can see my insert key is on. So if I were to type here, all right, it would just type as normal. But if I hit insert, that's on your keyboard above the directional arrows, you can see my status bar here is now changed to overtype. So now this is going to replace existing text in a document. So if I type again, you can see it is replacing the text. So instead of dragging and backspacing, I could just type over it, kind of save myself a step. So few tips, lessons 2 and 3 on Microsoft Word.